program to begin, would you be so kind as to silence your cell phones, please?
Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Good. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kelly Black. I am your new Associate Executive Director here, and I'm honored to stand here today with you all and celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I'm glad that we're gathered here today on his actual birthday, rather than marking the day that we lost him. It feels correct to celebrate his life, including what he built and the vision that he brought for us, rather than focusing on the tragedy of his loss. Dr. King's legacy is not just about the battles that he fought, it's about the community, dignity, and justice that he believes every person deserves. A few years ago, I visited this National Civil Rights Museum in Memphis, which stands at the Lorraine Motel where Dr. King was assassinated. Walking through that history was powerful for me, but standing here, I recognize that many of you didn't just read about that history on museum walls. You remember where you were, what you felt, and what you did as you lived as Dr. King did and as he left his impact on this world. A central pillar of Dr. King's work was his concept of community. He believed that the work of building community happens in ordinary places just like this, by ordinary people who choose to act. And that's what I believe that we do here together every day. We build community, we honor each other, and we show up for each other. So thank you for being here today to honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy and his vision. And now I'm pleased to introduce Barbara Fiske as your next speaker.
I hope that applause was for Kelly. Thank you. Good afternoon. I am delighted to welcome you to the 6th annual Martin Luther King Jr. Day program here at Cedarfield. To begin, I wish to thank some people whose names we were not able to fit on the program. So I'd like to thank Ivan Foster, who will play the piano and be our soloist. I'd like to thank Robert Ortez, who is going to share his oratorical skills with us. And Peggy Brown, Sandy Welfare, and all the Cedarfield ringers. We have Linda Schlichting and Jan Moore, who gave you a program earlier. And there is Georgia Brown from the staff, who always types and prints the programs for us. And finally, he may not be seen, but Delonte Russell always is here for us in setup, and today showing us 2 videos. Thank you to each and every one of you. Today, on the 97th birthday of Martin Luther King Jr., we gather to honor and celebrate his life and legacy. I would like to share with you the monument in Washington, D.C. that I saw several years ago, the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Monument on the Mall of Washington, D.C. It is truly inspiring. It's different. It's welcoming, and it has many, many cherry blossom trees blooming if you go in the springtime. You will have an opportunity in February to go to the mall. Katrin Hudala has scheduled a visit to D.C. to visit the Botanic Gardens in D.C. and the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Monument, also right there in D.C. So check the Informer for all the details in February so you may take advantage of this trip. As we honor this extraordinary life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who has become a beacon of hope, whose dream of equality still illuminates our world. Born on January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia, King rose from a Baptist minister's son to the unparalleled leader of America's civil rights movement, championing nonviolence resistance against racial injustice. His journey began in earnest in 1955 with that Montgomery bus boycott, sparked by Rosa Parks' arrest. For 385 days, King led a unified Black community in boycotting segregated buses, endured bombings in his home, death threats, and jail time until the Supreme Court declared such segregation unconstitutional. This monument is unlike any other. Located on the National Mall alongside memorials to presidents and wars, the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial is distinct in both purpose and tone. It does not commemorate political authority or military triumph. It honors courage, justice, nonviolence, and love. This memorial, carved in shrimp pink granite, which gives it a pinkish hue, stands apart in the mall from all others. Two massive granite stones, known as the Mountain of Despair, stand apart as the third stone emerges from between them, the Stone of Hope. Dr. King is carved into this stone, looking forward with quiet determination. The message is unmistakable. Hope does not appear by accident. It is shaped, carved, and earned through struggle. On the walls, there are words that challenge our nation. Surrounding the statue are carefully selected quotations from Dr. King's speeches, sermons, and writings. These words are not comforting slogans. They are challenges. They speak about the justice delayed, the danger of silence, the call to love one's neighbor, and the moral responsibility of individuals and nations. Placed in the heart of Washington, these words confront power directly. They remind our leaders and our citizens alike that laws alone do not create justice. Character, compassion, and courage do. I can't help but ask ourselves, why does this memorial matter? The importance of the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial lies in its honesty. It acknowledges pain without glorifying it and promotes hope without denying reality. It reminds us that civil rights were not freely given, but demanded through discipline, nonviolence, and moral clarity. The memorial also matters because the work Dr. King championed remains unfinished. Issues of inequality, hatred, and division still persist. By standing on this national mall, the memorial insists that these issues are not peripheral. They are central to the American story. And we will be called to action. The Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial does not ask visitors to simply admire it. It asks them to reflect, to listen, and to act. It calls each person to consider how justice, dignity, and love can be practiced in daily life, not just remembered in stone. The Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial stands as both a tribute and a responsibility. It honors a dream that changed the nation and challenged each of us to carry that dream forward. Today, you will have the opportunity to see the monument from a point of view of a DC guide in this second video. The first video will tell you a little bit more about the importance of the monument and comments from some of his contemporaries. It is hoped that as you leave the monument here on the screen or in person eventually, be reminded that hope is not something we inherit. It is something we build together. And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you Ivan Foster at the piano. Ivan has been with us several of our Martin Luther King Day programs, and we are grateful today as he is hurting in one shoulder. We all can identify with that. We'll start with standing here, wondering which way to go. Please let us welcome Ivan Foster.
Standing here, which way to go? Much confusion in this world below. I've been suffering from door to door. should go. Road lies in darkness, Christ down low. Where will it lead? No one seems destruction, and it worries me so. Well, Lord, warning, come down and show me which way I should go. Standing here wondering which way to go. So much confusion in this dark world below. I've been suffering and I've been driven door to door. Standing here wondering which way I should go.
And Delante will begin the first video that you will hear about the importance of this monument. And the second one, let's take a visual tour of the monument.
14 inscriptions that was mentioned in the videos, each quote is worthy of reflection, not only for what it recalls of Dr. King's time, but what the idea means to us all today. Out of the mountain of despair, a stone of hope. We shall overcome because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. I believe the unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality. This is why right, temporarily defeated, is stronger than evil, triumphant. Make a career of humanity. Commit yourself to the noble struggle for equal rights. You will make a better person of yourself, a greater nation of your country, and a finer world to live in. I oppose the war in Vietnam because I love America. I speak out against it not in anger, but with anxiety and sorrow in my heart. And above all, with a passionate desire to see our beloved country stand as a moral example of the world. Once again, please welcome Mr. Ivan Foster performing We Need to Hear From You.
Need a word from you. Boy, each day, show us your perfect Father. World has forgotten. Dying, dying, we're lost without you. Seek your face and our wicked way. You our land, Father, you can. We need just one word from you. What will we do? Show me your perfect other way. Other.
If we are to have peace on earth, our loyalties must become ecumenical rather than sectional. Our loyalties must transcend our race, our tribe, our class, and our nation. And this means we must develop a world perspective. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality. tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directional affects all indirectly. I have the audacity to believe that people everywhere can have 3 meals a day for their bodies, education and culture for their minds, and dignity, equality, and freedom for their spirits. It is not enough to say we must not wage war. It is necessary to love peace and sacrifice for all. We must concentrate not merely on the negative expulsion of war, but the positive affirmation of peace. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Cedarfield Ringers, led by Sandy Welfare. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Every nation must now develop an overriding loyalty to mankind as a whole in order to preserve the best in their individual societies. We are determined here in Montgomery to work and fight until justice runs down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream. We must come to see that the end we seek is a society at peace with itself, a society that can live with its conscience. True peace is not merely the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice. At this time, please join the Cedarfeld Ringers in the singing and the playing of Let There Be Peace on Earth.
While they get their music together, I want to let you know we're going to play a short little introduction, and then I'm going to turn around and bring you all in. And then when you run out of words on the page, we're going to end the song, and then we will all leave here and take our peace out to the world. Thank you all very much for coming.